Everybody wants to get their business booming locally and globally. And Books to Boom Your Business brings to you authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who have powerful books that will make and keep your business and your personal lives booming. Welcome to the show, Books to Boom Your Business. Hello. It's a great day in every way, and I'm Dr. Lotus Riché. I'm your host for Books to Boom Your Business. And if you are ready to take your business to the next level, you know reading is fundamental. And how can you have fun in your business? Going ahead and strengthening your mental. And so many of you come to us today from all over the world, and one thing is the same. Even though we speak different languages, we have different faith and different traditions, one thing is the same, that we know that books add a significant value to our lives and help us to become the best possible in our zones of genius. And so today, I have the amazing pleasure to bring someone to you that you may not know as of yet. Even though she's known all over the world, you may not have treaded in her world. So let me tell you a little bit about our guest today. She is all the way from Maryland. She is the president of Madeline Lifestyle Membership, and she's the president and CEO at Executive Women's Success Institute. She is none other than the amazing Dr. Madeline Lewis. She is a young lady that helps women all over the world. She helps women to accelerate their path to success. And I know that you are ready to accelerate your path to success. And so come on in and invite a friend as we begin Books to Boom Your Business. So before she comes in, let's take care of some housekeeping things. Let us know where you're watching us from. We want to know, and let us know who you're tagging in to help them grow. We'll be right back with the dynamic, amazing, spectacular Dr. Madeline Lewis. Please welcome CEO, Executive Women's Success Institute, author, coach, and TEDx speaker, Dr. Madeline Lewis. Welcome. How you doing today? It's great to see you. How are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
If I was any better, there'd be two of me telling two of you how wonderful I'm doing today. So it's always great to see you. Oh my God, you're looking sensational, and you're doing sensational things with your new book. So I'd like you to tell our viewers from all over the world a bit more about who you are and how you help people do what I told them about, because you help women accelerate their path to success. Talk to us.
Well, as you said, I am the president and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute, and also the Madeline Lifestyle Travel Membership, which is a business that I started to help women who want to just get away to travel, and they may feel like they can't go by themselves or what have you. Well, yes, you can. But my organization, the Executive Women's Success Institute, what we do is help women to get into those upper management or executive level positions. I also work with veterans who are transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship. And I like to just help them to get on the right track, the right path, and to avoid some of those obstacles, that women may face when they're trying to reach that higher level in their career, or even trying to start a business, just to help them to, navigate around some of those obstacles. And so my organization is sort of a safe space where they can come and learn some of the different things or traits or techniques or skills that they need to be able to do those things. Mhm.
I love it. And so if you need skills, traits, tools, and techniques, you are at the right place at the right time. So definitely share this out. Share this out. So with no further ado, I want to dive right into why we're here today. And so I want to invite all of you, take your phone, take your iPad or your computer, and go ahead and share this broadcast, because we're not going to be before you long, but what we got to give you is very strong, and it's going to help you to grow in what you're doing as a business owner, executive, and most importantly, the you that you want to become as an author, as a speaker, even just as a person who's leading your family, your friends, or whatever you're doing in life. This is really important. So, Dr. Lewis, let me ask you this. You have created an amazing book. It's really powerful. And that's one of the reasons why you're here. I I don't know how to say this, but so many of us, we fall down and we don't know how to get back up. And what
Absolutely.
you have shared is that we've got to show up to rise up. So tell
Yeah.
us a bit about your book and what made you write this book.
Well, it kind of stemmed actually from my TEDx talk that I did about 2 years ago, which was Show Up to Rise Up, that I did in Vancouver, Canada.
Mhm.
And from that talk, I just started, as I looked at, how you go back and you kind of critique your own self. As I looked at the
Yes.
video, I thought to myself, this information needs to be, I need to give them a little more than
Right.
11 minutes from what I talked about in the video. So the book, I wanted to just get into a space in their heads, because I
Right.
always say everything begins in your head. And so if
Yes.
you think you can't, then you won't. And if you,
Exactly.
and as I was growing up, I was always taught that you can do anything that you set out to do as long as you don't give up. And so that's
Right.
what this book, it just pounds that, I guess, into their heads. I don't want you to give up because you are as great as anybody else out here. You
Exactly.
can do anything that you set your mind to do. You just have to
Yes.
have the confidence in yourself. You have to believe
Right.
in yourself. And we tend as women to
Mhm.
always have that self-doubt, or we always go with the what
Mm,
ifs. What if I'm
mm.
not good enough?
Yes.
What if they won't like it? What if I can't do it?
Yes.
So I try to get them to stop thinking like that, to embrace a successful mindset, which means
Right.
recognizing your worth and believing in your potential.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
I want women to just dream big, because the bigger you
Exactly.
dream, the more you will
Yep.
step out and do
Yep.
what you're trying to accomplish. And
Exactly.
so that's pretty much what the book is all about, is just letting women know that
Mhm.
with a successful mindset, guess what? You
Mhm.
can be unstoppable, because I
Yes.
always say women are the
Exactly.
greatest resource on this planet. And
Mhm.
when you have a successful mindset and you go and do the things that you set out to do and don't give up, guess what? When you
Mhm.
show up, and that's the key, you have to show up, because when you show up, you will rise up. And like I said, when you do, everybody wins.
Everybody wins. And I love that. And now, what I also think is so powerful is that you talk about the transformative power
Hmm.
of a positive mindset. And those key words, transformative,
Hmm.
transformative. Why did you feel a need to use that word, transformative?
And again, like I said, it's because I want them to, whenever they start to go to that place where they, start thinking, I can't do this, I want them to
Mhm.
automatically snap out of it. I want them to be
Right.
able to say, oh no, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Okay. So that's why I use that word. I know
Mhm.
it's because when you transform, it's sort of like a flower when you plant the seed and it just
Exactly.
blossoms. blooms, and you just it just opens up, you know. And that's what I want women to do. I just want their minds to be transformed in so many different ways, that they just know that whatever comes their way, whatever obstacle that may show up, whatever setback, it's not a reason for them to give up, but
Yes.
a reason for them to learn from that lesson and to keep pushing forward. That's why I use that word. Mhm.
I love it. I love it. And I see people who are streaming in. Thank you, everybody, for streaming in. I see we've got folks from the Philippines streaming in. I see people from DC, New Jersey, all over. So thank you so much for streaming in. We are happy that Dr. Madeline and Lewis is here. And so I wanted to stick and stay for a quick moment on this transformative, because we know that you are a TEDx speaker. Okay,
Mhm.
a highly sought after TEDx speaker because of your transformative. I want you to say this.
Transformative.
Transformative. Thank you, Bing. Bing is giving us this information. All right. We got to give praise where praise is due. Okay. So transformative, not just transformative, but transformative power.
Yeah.
This refers to the ability to
Mhm.
cause not little stuff, not puny stuff, but cause
Right.
a major change or
Absolutely.
renewal, especially in a way that makes something or someone better. It
Absolutely.
signifies a journey of growth and becoming more aligned with a desired state.
Mhm.
Understanding oneself can also be more transformative than technical knowledge or skill. And so
Right.
I really wanted to go here because this book is going to help you become more aligned with where you need to be. It's going to help you be able to renew yourself and
Mhm.
make major change that maybe you might have struggled with making before. So
Absolutely.
I think that is huge, Dr. Lewis.
Yep.
Powerful, powerful, powerful.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bing,
Absolutely.
for sharing. I see Patterson, New Jersey in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Another dynamic author is in the house, the author of Let It Go, Shirley Patterson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And she was
Mhm.
just with the author Tamara, who
Mhm.
owns her own television show. She's huge. So thank you, Miss Shirley, for coming in to support Dr. Madeline and Lewis. All right. Thank you so
Absolutely. Thank
much. Happy
you.
to have
Yeah.
you here. So, Dr. Lewis, we're going to jump right into this
Mhm.
because you shared with us you wanted this book to be transformative and powerful.
Yes.
So, can you share with us the first three tips of this segment of why you shared why you wanted it to be transformative, but can you
Mhm.
share with us maybe one of the challenges you faced when you were writing this book? Because as authors, we all face diverse challenges.
Well, the challenge that I face is I didn't want the book to seem like um, it was me just saying, do this or do
Right,
that. You
right.
know, I wanted it to flow so that the
Mm-hmm,
women that are reading it, because as
mm-hmm,
I said, it's focused on women. Men
mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
learn from it,
Exactly.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's focused on
Exactly.
women. And
Right.
I wanted them to pick that book up,
Mm-hmm,
read it, and think to themselves,
mm-hmm.
she's right. I can relate to that. I did do that. I need to stop doing that. But I'm not saying you need to do it. I'm just giving you the suggestion. It's
Right.
sort of like knowledge is power. Once when you know better, you'll do
You
better.
do better.
And
Exactly.
so that's what it is. It's just giving them the knowledge,
Mm-hmm,
but I'm not telling you you
mm-hmm,
have to do it. I'm not,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to take a hammer and hit it over your head. But what I am going to do is be there to support you if you need any support. And I'm hoping that's what that book will do. Support you through that point where you felt like you had those self doubts or the societal limitations. I want them to be able to claim their own space and their own voice. And that's why I wrote this book, and that's the reason why the book is not a, you know, go and do this. You just better do this, because if you don't, you just gonna nothing will work for you. That's not what
Right.
it's all about. It's not what it's all
Right.
about. I would open their minds to receive what's possible so that they
Mhm.
can reach their full potential.
There you
That's
go. What's possible? There we go. And
yes,
and Catherine said, put knowledge into action. I
yes,
love that. And I
yes,
love the way that you said that this book, it will support people through the tough times because
yeah,
it's not always easy. Another key
absolutely.
component that you shared, Doc, is
Hmm.
that men can learn from this book too. It's
Hmm.
geared towards women. And when you were saying that, I was like, oh my goodness, not
Hmm.
only can men learn from this,
Hmm.
but men are always looking to be great fathers. Many of them are looking to
Absolutely.
be great fathers. So
Hmm.
here's an opportunity for fathers. Hint, hint, Christmas gift to your daughters, fathers and
There
mothers.
you
Hint,
go.
hint,
There
Christmas
you go.
gift.
There you go.
Fathers are many of them are taking more action in
Hmm.
their daughters' lives.
Hmm.
So as a action in your daughter's life, you can give this to your daughter, whether she's a teenager or a young adult or a more seasoned
Oh
adult.
my goodness. Yes.
Fathers, you can
Yes.
give this book to your daughters, but here's the caveat.
Hmm.
Fathers, you can read this book with
Yes.
your daughters because this will help you to bond more with the father-daughter relationship. How
And
about that?
understand some of the thinking that goes, some of the things that go on in our heads. You know,
Yes.
sometimes we just get trapped in our own mind, and how we, like I said, we have these self doubts and always questioning our abilities, even though, you know, one of the things that I say in my TEDx talk, and um, this was so amazing to me when I researched it, is that men will
Yep.
apply for a position when they have only 60% of the requirements. But a
Exactly.
female,
Yep.
he will look at that same application, that same posting, and
Yep.
she will think, oh, I need to have 100% before I could apply for it. No, you don't.
Exactly.
No, you
Yep.
don't. Because you can, just like they look at it and see that they have all these skills that they may not even possess,
Yep.
most of the time females have it, but they just don't have that sense of worth, that I can do this, and so they
Exactly.
won't even apply for it. They just let it go, and
Mhm.
don't even try for it. And I tell you what,
Exactly.
that's one of the things that I want them to be able to look beyond. When you see something and you think that you have the ability, the skills to apply for it, or to go for it, or to start that
Mhm.
business venture, or what have you, go for it. Don't always
Yes.
think, oh, I don't know, this might be too risky. Maybe, and it could be, but you'll never know if you don't try.
I
Always
love it.
have faith in you, believe in you, because you are worthy. As women, we just have to get out of that self-sabotaging beliefs. We have to know that we are worthy of anything that we set our minds to do. And that is, I guess, for me, that is the whole thing of whenever
Yes.
I'm doing training, whatever I'm speaking, that's the point that I always want to get across. Remember that you are meant for greatness, and just hold
I
on
love
to
it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love what you said
it.
because a lot of times we give ourselves excuses to fail because
Yes.
of oftentimes our fears or
Yeah,
because we have been conditioned to
exactly.
believe that we're not good enough, that
Hmm.
we don't have what it takes. And a lot of time we've got what it takes. And I'm hearing you say, go for it. So
Go
to
for
all
it.
of our viewers, and even if you're hitting the replay, type replay and then type this in. Go for it. Go for it. And let this push you and drive you on when you might be feeling that you can't go on any
That
further.
you can't go on.
Remember, Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis said, go for it.
And
Doc?
remember too that by showing up, with confidence. And that's the thing, to get that, to always show up with that confidence. When you show up with that confidence and you have that resilience in you, you not only uplift yourself, but guess what? You pave the way for others to do the same thing. And so that's what it's all about, because we as women, we always want to be able to help each other up. It's not just about you getting there. It's about also you helping others, other women to get there too.
Yep.
So don't think that just because I've gotten to this level, I can't bring you up with me, because then you might pass me. Well, that's what the way
Exactly.
it's supposed to be. Because if I'm up there, I'm supposed to bring somebody else up to take my place, and then
Exactly.
that'll push me up. And that's the way
Yep.
the cycle keeps going. So
Yep.
that's another thing,
Mhm.
that women, and I know that from when I did my research years ago about women who were in, I talked to
Mhm.
20 different women in and around the Washington, D.C. area,
Yes.
because I wanted to find out how they got into those high powered executive positions,
Mhm.
how they got there, how they stayed there,
Mhm.
the obstacles they faced. And you wouldn't believe some of the things that I heard. And one of the things is that they felt like they had to, in a lot of cases,
Mhm.
act like men. They couldn't be
Yes.
themselves because they were
Mhm.
so closely scrutinized. And
Mhm.
so, and they also felt like they couldn't pull other women up, because they felt if
Yes.
they pulled too many women up, then they would look like they were being biased.
Right.
And so they didn't want to appear that way. Men don't have that problem. They
Nope.
do not.
They
You
don't
know,
even talk about it.
no, they don't. They cannot like another man. But if they have a choice between getting that man into a position, promoting him or whatever, they're going to choose him. And so we need to have that same mindset that we're going to pull each
Yep.
other up. Because when we do, that's how, like I said, that's how we keep moving forward.
Yep.
You don't do it by yourself, and you're not supposed to do it by yourself. And that's another thing. You have to remember to always be willing to help others. That's another key to to me, an ingredient for success.
Mhm.
You have to be willing to help others. To
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
exactly,
And
exactly.
and Author Shirley said, "Go for it." So go for it.
Mhm.
And she said, even when you don't feel like it, get
Get
up,
up
get dressed,
and
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 show up.
show up. Yes,
Showing up is half
absolutely.
the battle. So,
That
Dr.
is.
Lewis, um, for maybe your number 3 or 4, I'd like to ask you this, because
Mhm.
it's really difficult when you don't feel good, or you're having a tough day. And like Catherine said, no one can motivate you but you. So how did you motivate yourself
Mhm.
to show up and go for it, even
You
when you
know
didn't
what?
feel like
Um, you know, I got to tell you, when I was coming up, I always had, for one, my mother, my parents, my aunt, they always pushed us to do the best that we could. My mother, her attitude was, "Don't tell me you can't,
it? Hmm.
especially if you haven't even tried it." And so she, that's the way she looked
Yep.
at things.
Yep.
How do you know you can if you haven't
Yep.
even tried it? And as I was coming up, and as I in my career in the military and different things like that, when I started progressing, even in the military, I was in a lot of male dominated units, and I still started progressing and getting
Right.
promoted. And women wanted to know, how was I doing that? But it
Hmm.
was because when I got into those units, I made sure to find out everything that I could about them.
Hmm.
And when you say, what did I do when I didn't feel like it? When somebody told me I couldn't do something, oh, that just fueled me on. It was
Like,
like,
it's on now. It's on.
oh no, you did not say that, okay? And so that, for me, that was always the fire under me that kept me going. And being
Right.
when you in a lot of male dominated units, then they always look at the female as though, oh, she's not going to be able to do that, or she's not going to be able to do this. Well, let me show you. Maybe I don't get it quite as do it as well as you do it, but guess
Mm-hmm.
what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it, okay? And so it's just a matter of having that again, the attitude, how you think in your head. Because if you let that thing, it's like I've had people to ask me, well, aren't you nervous when you get on stage to speak? Well, when you first walk out there and you see all those people, yes, you feel the butterflies in your stomach. But guess what? If you have something to say, you always want your voice to be heard. My thing that I tell my clients, especially the women, never ever be afraid to toot your own horn.
That's
And
right.
that is not being what did they say? You're not being um I don't know what's the word that they say you might be. They say about us when we want to speak out. Anyway, you toot your own horn because if you know
Right.
something, then you let them know that you know that
Be
you know
assertive.
what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah,
Be
be
assertive.
assertive. Because if you don't and you walk in there and you shrinking back or you don't speak up or you let somebody else take your ideas, then hey,
Yep.
nobody's even going to know you in the room. And guess what? You
Exactly.
probably know more than most of those people that's standing up there in the
Yep.
room, but you're not saying
Exactly.
anything. You're not letting them know how
Mm-hmm.
successful your mind is. So that's
Exactly.
the thing of it is. Like I said, everything begins in the head. How you think about yourself is how you're going to present yourself wherever you are, whatever you're doing. So the successful mindset is the thing that keeps that confidence, that keeps that assertiveness, that keep you moving forward. And that's what I always want to see in women. I don't ever want to see them shrinking back, sitting in the back, saying I can't do it. So if you come up to me, please don't tell me you can't, because we're gonna have a long conversation if you do.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Don't shrink in the back. You gotta have confidence in yourself. You gotta have confidence in yourself. Don't
Mhm.
shrink in the back, and don't allow yourself to think that men only men can do it.
The only men, because
Don't
that's not
don't
true.
think that only men can do it.
That is not true. Not at all. Not at all. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. So I want to make sure we have that. Don't think that only men can do it because that's just not true. I
Hmm.
love that. And our guests, our viewers, they're following us. They talk about yes, yes. And I saw, hey, Kate Dillon, great to see you. Wow, this book has lots of application in different areas. Yes,
Yep.
it does. Yes, it
Hmm.
does. And
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
power of the mind. Shirley from Patterson, New Jersey says sometimes you have to look in the mirror and encourage yourself, even when you don't have anyone to encourage you. So
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
leads us
Yes.
to number four.
Hmm. Hmm.
Who did you have to encourage you, and why is it important to have someone to encourage you?
Well, the thing about well, again, like I said, when I was coming up, I my biggest supporter, my biggest person that encouraged me to do the things that I do today is I always say it was my mom. But also throughout my life and everything that I've done, I've always had mentors, I've always had coaches, I've always had people that saw things in me that I didn't see in myself, so that they would, encourage
Mhm,
me to do, to you may want to try this, you may want to apply for this. So I always had that in my life, and I always encourage the people that I work with to do the same thing. Make
mhm,
sure that you have mentors, coaches, people that support you. Because if there is someone that's close to you or what have you, or in your circle, that every time you say to them, hey, I think I'm going to do thus and such, and they always have this negativeness for you or tell you, oh, I don't think you should try that because that's not going to work, you need to bless and release them. Okay. Because
oh, bless and release.
oh,
Yes.
yeah. Those are not the people that you need to have close to you when you're trying to get things done. You need people that's going to support you, that's going to let you know, yes, you can do this. And not saying that they're telling you what you want to hear. I'm talking about real supporters, those people that know that you have the potential. And so they're not trying to crush your dreams, because you don't want those dream crushers in your life. You really don't. And no, you don't. Because you always want to keep it moving forward. So you don't want anybody taking you backwards. And in my book, it's like everything that I talk about is to keep women moving forward. Like I said, for me, it's always to help them to accelerate that path to success. And to me, the path to success is always moving forward, not moving backwards.
And cut off the dream crushers. I love this. I love this. So
Mhm.
we said we was gonna get 5, but she's given more than 6, but we count 6. So
Oh
as
my
we
goodness.
as we begin to wrap up, we want to thank each and every one of you for being with us, and make sure you give her some love. So go ahead, if these things that she has shared is resonating with you, go ahead and give her some love. We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause with a quick advertisement, and we're gonna come back and do a quick recap. And we want you to make sure you go to Amazon and get her book. We'll be right back.
It's time to let it go and break free from toxic relationships. Welcome to the launch of Let It Go. How to free yourself from toxic relationships and take back your power. This dynamic book is by the incredible author Shirley A. Patterson. Now available on Amazon. Get your copy now and help us become an Amazon #1 bestseller. Go to Amazon.com or scan the QR code and be empowered to take back your power. Thank you for your support.
Awesome. And yes, she did make it in 4. She made #1 bestseller in 4 different locales, but we want to keep that going. So go ahead and get your copy now of that book as well. And for those of you that's just joining us, welcome to Books to Boom Your Business. And for those of you that's been along with us the whole journey, thank you for being here. We have the incomparable Madeline, Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, all the way from Maryland. She is here with us. She is the president at The Line Lifestyle Membership, President, CEO at Executive Women's Success Institute. And Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis is also an esteemed TEDx talker, TEDx speaker, TEDx presenter, and TEDx show upper, because she helps people to show up so that they can rise up. And like I said earlier, for all the women out there and for all the men, this young lady right here, she helps women to accelerate their path to success. And brothers, uncles, fathers, grandfathers, this dynamic book is going to help you create a more robust relationship with those in your life, the women in your life, your daughters, your nieces, even those that you teach, those that you coach. It will help you help those women be the best that they can be. So you can get this book, grab this book. We've got Christmas, we've got Mother's Day, we've got so many things. We've got the Best You Day coming up. So if you want to help somebody be their very best, go ahead and grab this book. And I love, Madeline, that this book is very affordable. People, you can get this book on Kindle, but you can also get the paperback copy. And I tell people, I usually get the Kindle copy and I get the paperback because I want to have the book with me. So if I got to refer to something in the book, I've got it on hand. So you can go ahead and grab your book. It's extremely affordable. So you definitely want to get the book today. I've clicked on the paperback copy. Extremely important for you to have this in your library. She's gotten a 5-star rating, so you know this book is packed with powerful tools and tips that's going to help you explore the transformative power of a positive mindset and help you to show up so that you can rise up.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So this is amazing. And so as we begin to wrap up our segment today, we want to kind of recap with you some of the things that Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis has taught us today here. I mean, wow, Dr. Lewis, you have been phenomenal. You have been like phenomenal. And we have people just sharing. She said, wait, we got a question. Dr. Lewis is showing up and rising up. Congratulations on your new book. Yes, you got hand claps.
Thank
My
you.
goodness. And here's how you know it's been so impactful. Miss Shirley said, don't let anyone crush your dreams. Okay. So you talked about, and we're going to work our way back up to number one. You talked about cutting off dream crushers. Okay.
Yes.
Folks, cut off the dream crushers. It's essential. Right.
Yes.
And Dr.
Yes.
Lewis, you talked about what?
Bless and release them.
Bless and release them. Because sometimes it's hard to bless them, but you got to bless them anyway, because what you put out, you get back. And then
exactly.
You got, like Pendergrass said, I think you better let it go, right? Just let them go, release them. And what's the number 4?
Having a great support system. That's also key. You always have to have a good support system. Yes.
Exactly. And how do we get a great support system?
Well, for one thing, you have to make sure, again, that, like I said, the people around you are supportive. Those are the people that you want to keep in your corner. And when we talk about the mentors, the coaches, and your advisors, those are also people that will help support you. But the people that are close to you, you always want to make sure that they're the ones that's giving you positive feedback, that's giving you that encouragement that you need. And I mean, we need that. It's not like that you can, like I said, you shouldn't have to do this alone. We don't want to do it alone. Everybody needs somebody to encourage and support them. So and when you talk about the men getting the book for their children or their daughters, or the teenagers or what have you, it's always good to get them into that positive thinking when they're young.
Exactly.
Because when they get it young, then as they grow, into maturity and into womanhood, they're going to keep it. They're going to hold on to it. They're not going to go back into that self, doubt and not believing in themselves. You always want them to have a positive mindset. So start when they're young, encouraging them and letting them see that the obstacles they face are not something that's supposed to cause permanent setbacks. They're supposed to be life lessons. You learn from them and then you move on.
I love it.
No.
And ask for mentors. Ask for mentors. And your number 3, Doc?
Don't think that only men can do it, because ladies, you have what it takes. Just because they look at it as 60%, you can do it too at 60%, sometimes at 40%. Because guess what? We always look at things from a different perspective anyway. Men tend to have that tunnel vision when they're making a decision on something. But ladies, we look at it from all different perspectives. So don't think that you can't do it, because you can.
All right. And your number 2?
Don't shrink back. That's the worst thing that you can do, is not let people know that you're in the room. Don't shrink back. Let your voice be known, be heard. Like I said, toot your own horn. There is nothing wrong with tooting your own horn. Okay.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then let's go right on up to your number 1, which all of them were so powerful. But this is the one that I think many of us, including me, I've had this happen.
Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. That the worst thing you can do is to not have faith or believe in yourself, in your own abilities, in your own skills, because you were put here on this earth to do something. Make sure that you do it, and don't let anybody tell you that there's nothing you can do, because there is something. There is something. You just have to dig deep, look within, and find what that something is, because there's always something that you can contribute to this world at large. So don't think that there isn't, because you, as I said, ladies, you are the greatest resource source on this planet. So let them know, hey, I'm here. My voice is strong, it's loud, and you will listen to me.
Exactly. I absolutely love it. So Dr. Madeline and Lewis, you came and you rocked Books to Boom Your Business today. And so what's next? I know you're always doing great things. What you got coming in the pipeline?
Well, I have I'm putting together my book signing that I'm gonna have. I want to have it right before the holidays, as you said, so people can start getting the book for the for Christmas, so they could start using it maybe as gifts for the teenagers, those youngsters, to get them into that mindset. Hey, let them sit down. We're gonna break that old adage about if you want to hide something, put it in a book. No, we're not gonna have that anymore. Okay.
That's right. And Shirley Patterson from Patterson, New Jersey, she said, I got my book on Kindle. She just got it. All right. Fantastic.
All right, yeah. Love it. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that's one of the things that I have coming up. And of course, the Lean Lifestyle membership, which is where for those that go to my retreats or have been to my retreats, that's one of the areas, the business that I use for the retreat. So I'll have a retreat coming up in 2025. So make sure that you stay tuned for that, because the retreats are always powerful. And of course, I know you're going to be in my next virtual summit. So
without a doubt.
Don't even disappear, because I'm going to be looking. I'm going to send a car out there to get you. Okay.
Without a doubt. And we got to bring you back, because we want to know more about the Lean Lifestyle Retreat, because we need to get lean, and I'm working on getting lean. Y'all know that already, right? So I got my personal coach from Rugged Wellness, but I'm always looking at great things to help me get lean and help other people that I know. So we definitely got to bring you back for the Lean Lifestyle Retreat. Who knows? That might be a book that she's going to create, the Lean Lifestyle Retreat. Yeah, I'm going to forward it also. I'm going to be like, Doc, let me forward that, right? So we got to have you back for that. So, Doc, you have been most amazing, as you always are. And to all of our worldwide viewers, we absolutely love you. We absolutely appreciate you. Please go ahead. If you have not gotten her book, go ahead and show up with the confidence that you have. Be confident in doing what you need to do for you, and go ahead and get her amazing transformative book, Show Up to Rise Up, Explore the Transformative Power of a Positive Mindset. And for the business executives that are out there, I challenge you to get this book and go through this book with your business executives, with your management team, because if your management team don't know how to show up, then your business will not rise up. So with that being said, we look forward to see you on the next event of Books to Boom Your Business. So we'll talk to you soon. Be great, celebrate, don't debate, and don't wait too late. Get your book today and rise up. Ciao for now.
Thank you for watching the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. And we'll see you on the next episode of
Books to Boom Your Business.
If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at lotus@lotusricheignitesyou.com. To Boom Your Business brings to you authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who have powerful books that will make and keep your business and your personal lives booming.